Hey guys, happy Thursday to you. What's going on? It is Coach James, and it is Make Today Count time for this Thursday morning. So excited to be here once again with you guys each and every day. Just to encourage you, man. Just to remind you that there are so many great things just waiting to happen for you, for your life, for your business. But it's up to you to go get it, man. So I hope that you have a plan. I hope you're committed. I hope you've been looking at and focusing on your goals today. I hope you have a schedule that you are just committed to following and sticking with and adhering to, because you know what, guys, a time management plan, a schedule is essential to making things happen in this business. So if you didn't catch my Time is Money conversation yesterday, courtesy of Espresso Agent, make sure that you check back on this page on a regular basis, because I'm going to have the share link from that webinar available sometime in the next couple of days. So check that out, guys. But you know what? This morning, we're continuing my story, all right? This week is about sharing with you how I ended up here, how I got into real estate, how I ended up doing what I'm doing, and, being Coach James and spending the last 21 years of my life working with professional real estate agents and salespeople to get them focused, to get them on track. So I think we kind of left off yesterday talking about how I had sent it was a great friend of mine, Mr. Bob Fitzgerald, and I both sent out 50 letters, 50 resumes, if you will, and business plans to brokers in the Tampa, St. Petersburg market of Florida. We got 3 responses each that we went and interviewed, and ultimately each chose a broker to put our license with and get started. And the journey began. We got our license in the crash course of like 10 days or something like that in the state of Florida. And before you know it, I was out there doing what I had been studying to do for the last year of my life, knocking on doors, making calls, going out presenting, taking listings, and just doing my thing. And about 2 weeks into my real estate career, my broker came up to me one day, and I still think about this, and it just blows my mind, but he put a flyer in front of me. And he said, hey, guess who's coming to speak at the Tampa Airport Marriott and do a half-day program? And there it was, black and white, man. It was Mike Ferry, the guy that we had been studying for the past year. He was coming to town 2 weeks into my career. So needless to say, as the day got closer, we were so excited. I remember sitting outside at the pool, okay? So my friend and I and his fiance at the time, we were sitting around the pool. We'd rented a townhouse, okay? So in our final months of our senior year of college, we rented a townhouse through the mail, okay? We signed up for it and sent the guy the deposit check, and we had it all worked out so that, like, literally a week after graduation, sometime around end of May, I can't remember the exact date, we all loaded our personal belongings into the van of my friend's fiance's father, and we drove the 24 hours to Florida, okay? So we show up at this townhouse, we get settled in, we get into real estate. So there we are one day, like the day before the Mike Ferry event. We're sitting around the pool, and I remember saying, if he's doing the event at the Tampa Airport Marriott tomorrow, where is the guy going to be staying tonight? And obviously he was staying at the hotel. And I said, you know what, we got to get over there right now. We got to meet him. I mean, we have been, he's been a mentor. We've been studying. We've been, just obsessed with everything the guy has said. And so I said, hey, we got to get over there, man. And it took a little bit of convincing to actually get him out of the pool, my friend that is, and get dressed and drive over the Howard Franklin Bridge and to the Tampa Airport Marriott. And we had a picture of Mike Ferry from 1984. Okay, so this is like 8 years prior. And it's a picture of him from the side. So we didn't really have a clear idea. We kind of knew what he looked like, right? So there we are sitting in the near the check-in desk at the Marriott with this picture, watching people come up to the desk. And, after, 30, 40 minutes or so, we saw this guy walking down the little hallway. And he had this little blonde lady next to him, traveling with him. And, I said, that's got to be him, man. So I go over to the counter. He's talking to the lady. I tap him on the shoulder. I said, excuse me, are you Mike Ferry? And he turns around. And for those of you guys that know Mike, his response wouldn't surprise you. He turned around and kind of half glared at me and said, well, who wants to know? All right, so that's my first introduction, first words ever spoken with Mike Ferry. Who wants to know? So needless to say, I said, man, I'm James. This is my friend Bob. We're those college kids that wrote to you about a year ago, and you sent us all those tapes and all those programs. And he just goes, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And I said, yep, we're doing it. We're here. We're in real estate. We've been in real estate for 2 or 3 weeks. And he said, you know what? You got to stay right here. I'm going to go check in. And my assistant, Kathy, and I, we're going to come back. We're going to have dinner with you guys. So we sat down for the next hour or two and just dumped our story on Mike. And he just sat there listening and just amazed that we actually followed through. And we were doing the things that he said to do. I mean, we had all of his material ingested, memorized, and he just was blown away. So the next day at the event, a couple hundred agents are there. We're right in the front row. He had us stand up and introduce ourselves, and he talked to us, talked to the whole audience about our story and about how we had been studying this over the last year in college, and we were in real estate, and we were doing well. And he said, you know what? I am going to fly these guys out to Palm Desert for the 4-day Superstar Retreat in August. Okay, so this was like 2 months from then, in August of 1992, and he announced it to the whole room. And sure enough, a couple months later, there we were on the jet heading from Florida to Palm Desert for the Superstar Retreat, because that's where it was held back in those days. Okay, and so the story continues with just the excitement of really being wrapped up with my mentor, with the guy that I had studied for to do this, and it was happening. And here's my encouragement to you. All of that happened because I got out of the pool. Because we got out, we took action, we had an idea, and we decided to take action on it. And it literally cast us into the limelight, where there was so much accountability, there was so much masterminding and being surrounded by amazing people, because we entered into that world. We were committed to it, and we made it happen. So here's the question. Do you have somebody you need to get involved with as a mastermind, as a mentor, to push yourself to the next level? Right? Because you can have the story that you want to have in your real estate business and in your life, but you have to take action. You got to make it happen. So if this is resonating with you, I want you to do a couple things. I want you to comment below. I want you to hit the like button. I want you to hit the share button. Who do you know that needs to hear an inspirational story about somebody that literally came from nothing, put in the effort, and got themselves injected into a world that took them wherever they wanted to go? Because that's my story, guys. And I'm going to wrap up tomorrow morning on Friday with the final piece of the equation, so to speak, of how it led me to right here where I am today speaking to you. Okay, so Chad, I appreciate the comment, man. It really is an amazing story. And I lived it. And I'm continuing to live it each and every day. So you guys have an opportunity to create your story. Okay, the book is not over. There's a lot of pages left to be written for your business and for your life. You got to decide what needs to happen to get you to the ending that you want to have. And you know what? Frankly, along the way, the journey as you write those pages is just as amazing. Okay, so guys, that's it for today. It's your time. You need to get out there and make today count. I'm Coach James.